Another easy solid geometry mensuration question. Concept tested is finding out the surface area of a cone and a hemisphere. This is a concept tested. It's a 3-mark question that appeared in 2017 CBSE 10th standard board exam math paper. A toy is in the form of a cone of radius 3.5 centimeters mounted on a hemisphere of the same radius on its circular face. The total height of the toy is 15.5 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the toy. Good thing in this question is there is no conversion of units needed. Both the radius and the height have been mentioned in terms of centimeters. Let's get started. Let's get an idea about how this toy looks. This is how the toy looks. This is a conical shape and this is a hemisphere. The radius of the conical part and the hemisphere is the same, which is equal to 3.5 centimeters. The total height of the toy is equal to 15.5 centimeters. The height of the hemispherical portion is nothing but, if this is the center, the height is going to be equal to the radius of the hemispherical portion. So this height is going to be equal to 3.5 centimeters. So the height of the conical part alone is 15.5 minus this hemispherical height, which is going to be equal to 12 centimeters. What we need to find out is the total surface area of this toy, which includes the lateral surface area of the cone plus the surface area, the curved surface area of the hemisphere. So it is the sum of the lateral surface area of the cone plus the surface area of the hemisphere or the curved surface area of the hemisphere. What is the formula for this? Pi into r into L, where L is the slant height. And the surface area of a hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r square. So the area required to be found is nothing but the sum of these two values, pi rl plus 2 pi r square. R is the radius, which is the same value for both the cone and the hemisphere. L is the slant height of the cone. That is one information we don't have right now. We have the radius, we have the height of the cone. Height of the cone is equal to 12 centimeters. From this we need to compute the slant height. The slant height is nothing but the hypotenuse of this right triangle, whose base is equal to 3.5 and whose height is equal to 12. So the slant height is equal to square root of r square. We'll write it as 7 by 2 the whole square, 3.5 square. The height we computed it to be at 12. For making calculations easy, let me write this 12 as a 24 by 2 the whole square. So now what we can do is, there's a 2 in the denominator of both these terms. Let's take it out, which is the square of 2 under the root will come out of this root as 1, 2. So half into square root of 7 square plus 24 square is the slant height of the cone. This is nothing but half into square root of 7 square is a 49 plus 24 square is a 576. This is equal to half into under root 625. Under root 625 is a 25. So the slant height is equal to 25 by 2. In case you knew your Pythagorean triplets, 724, the third element of the 25, you can directly write it. Let's do the first part. Let's find out the surface area, the lateral surface area for the cone, which is pi rl. Pi, let us write it as a 22 by 7 into the radius is a 7 by 2 into the height, which is 25 by 2. 7 gets cancelled with 7. The 2 gets cancelled with the 22 to leave us with 11. 11 into 25 is 275 divided by 2, which is 137.5. So part 1, the lateral surface area of the cone is done. Part 2, let's find out for the hemisphere its curved surface area, which is 2 times pi r square. 2 into, let's take pi to be equal to a 22 by 7 into r is a 7 by 2 in another r, which is a 7 by 2. So 2 into pi into r square. 7 gets cancelled with 7. A 2 gets cancelled with the 2 in the denominator. The 2 in the denominator gets cancelled with the 22 to leave us with 11. So the curved surface area of the hemisphere is equal to 77 square centimeters. The overall what we need is the sum of these two numbers, 1 plus 2, which is 137.5 plus 77, which is equal to 214.5 square centimeters. Quickly sum up this calculation in a printed form. Found out the slant height, which is equal to 25 by 2 centimeters. Lateral surface area of the cone is pi rl, which is 275 by 2 square centimeters. Curved surface area of the hemisphere, 2 into pi into r square, which is 77 square centimeters. Sum of these two values, which is 214.5 square centimeters, is the surface area, total surface area of the toy.